Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Miah the King, and today we're taking a look at a game that came out earlier today on Steam called Becastled. I know that I'm a bit late to the party on this one, guys. My deepest apologies, as I had a lot of alarms set and a calendar marked so I would know when this game came out so I could do a video on it, but also not just for that reason. You know, I also was really interested in this game. But the point is that I fell behind and I'm falling late, and I'm deeply apologizing for that one. Now, I'm not super interested because it does anything new or offers anything new. It's just because I enjoy these styles of games. Ever heard of Kingdoms and Castles? I like that game too, and this game is almost exactly like that game. To the point I wouldn't be surprised if this game was made by the same people. Okay, just double checked. No, it is not made by the same people. In fact, Mana Potion Studios, the developers, made a game called Wheelie and Happy Room. I've heard of Happy Room, but not Wheelie. But they don't have a whole lot else under their belt, and considering their previous games, this is actually an improvement, it looks like. Anyway, did you play Kingdoms and Castles? Did you enjoy it? Well, good. Then you'll enjoy this one. It's basically a more in-depth and intense version of Kingdoms and Castles. I mean, in Kingdoms and Castles, you're trying to get more people, expand your city, defend against Vikings and a dragon, and it's got some pleasant but not very detailed pixelated graphics. And for some reason, it works rather well for that game. So, this game is basically a lot like that, to be honest. I mean, it's almost exactly like that. You're doing the same thing. You're trying to build up your kingdom, you know, expand, get more people, and defend against a different type of enemy here, but you know, the same basic thing. But here, you're not even human. This world is literally, I mean, this game is literally what it says on the Steam store page. It's about building and defending your castle from sieges in a fantasy world, and I mean, that is right on the money. You're not even human, as I stated earlier. You're a type of sun people, and every day when the sun goes down, moon people come out and try to kill you, and you have to defend yourself. Ah yes, the age-old battle of light and darkness, the age-old battle of sun versus moon. Anyway, at least in this game it's easier to manage and build your soldiers, unlike in Kingdoms and Castles, where it was just very annoying to manage your tiny military that they had included in their game. I don't know if it's been updated or not. It's been a very long time since I've been back to that game because, well, it just died on me, I guess. But I don't have a whole lot to go on with this game because it's another case of what you see is what you get, so this video is probably going to be a little short. What you're seeing here is exactly what you're going to get for now. The game is in early access, however, so keep that in mind when you're watching my video and making your final choice. So, because this is going to be a short video and there's not a whole lot to see, I'm just going to quickly go through the motions as I do in most of my videos, and then, you know, let you guys make your final choice as always. So, for the positives, I mean, it's a pretty solid city builder game overall. I mean, its mechanics are simple and easy to understand. The game might look like it's pretty easy because of its simple mechanics, but trust me, it's not. It will start sending in hordes of those moon soldiers at you really quick, so you better make sure to build your sun army up even quicker. The graphics overall are really pleasant. I enjoyed the overall artistic theme very much. And there's just an addictive personality to this game. It's got a lot of attention to detail in places you wouldn't expect. It's got a lot of intricacies that are just laying around everywhere that just make you look at it and go, huh, or wow, or hey, that's cool. I mean, it's kind of like, do you remember how I mentioned Stronghold earlier? Well, you remember how when you if you played Stronghold anyway, if you built a tannery, right, or a blacksmith, and you'd see the little guy walk over to the resources, grab the iron, bring it back, go inside his shop, you can kind of see his pixelated figure banging on the metal, but then when you click on it, you got a little tiny window, which is like a zoomed in version, like a camera inside his blacksmith, and you can see the guy in a more detailed version smacking on the metal. And then when he's done, he takes that metal or that metal that he banged out into armor, and he brings it over to the armory, sets it up, and now you've got a new armor piece. And think, why don't people make games like that anymore? Just talking about it and trying to describe it to people is reminding me how cool it was. Go play Stronghold, people. The first one. The other ones suck, but go play the first one. Okay, I totally lost my place. The point is it's got a lot of stuff similar to that in this game. Alright? That's what I mean by attention to detail in very specific and weird ways. So, let me try to find my way back to my script here, because I went way out of... Okay, I was done with the positives. Basically, in the negatives, the sound effects are a bit lacking in most areas. I mean... Well, to be honest, there's just not a whole lot of them. I mean, the music is decent, I suppose, but it's easily forgotten. And the combat is really rather boring, actually. But it has potential to become something interesting and something greater. And, I don't know, I kind of overall like how this game is going about building your castle. I mean, Like I said earlier, it's a lot like Stronghold. It's a lot like that, but without as much micromanaging. It's building out, it's building walls, it's building buildings and putting them up the way you want so you can make it look like a city while also expanding it to be efficient. And you know, it's just the point, the overall point I'm trying to get at here is just the game was surprisingly fun and addictive. And while I did see mixed reviews on Steam, I couldn't really help but wonder why, so I took a look because I wanted to see for myself what other people were thinking of the game currently. And the main reason why a lot of people aren't liking the game, or at the very least not giving it a thumbs up, is due to it just being very buggy and, you know, broken in a few ways. Which, I say that kind of casually, but if you knew what they were, which I'm going to go into, you'd probably react the same. It's things like enemies walking through your walls, or there's just not enough content to satisfy some people, and just some more minor stuff like that. But the reason why that stuff doesn't particularly irritate me is because this game just came out a few hours ago. It's super early, and it is in early access, and it's done by what looks like a very small team. So the possibilities of them actually fixing this and giving us things that we want are rather high because of all these things. Plus, this game is only selling for $15, and usually, I believe that for an early access game, you should spend $5 per hour of decent story-driven content or story-driven gameplay, and $60 being the maximum. And if it's I might be willing to go up to $70 depending on what the game is. Alright, I'm not going to get into that debate with you guys right now. Alright, first off, I believe $60 should be the max as of right now for the majority of games. But if it's a simulation or a casual game and it has no storyline, then it should be at least 5 hours per it should be at least an hour per $5 for each engaging, interesting hour of gameplay. You know what I'm saying? That was a bit jumbled mess. Please feel free to go back and re-listen to that because even I lost my place. Anyway, honestly, I could easily find myself getting lost in this game for several hours, even with its buggy situation, which makes it more than worth its investment. I overall think it's a fun little game, which is asking for the right amount of money, giving us the right amount of gameplay, giving us exactly what is advertised, and considering it was early released, I only encountered 2 bugs while playing, and the first was that my workers refused to work, but restarting it fixed that, and the second was the enemies walking around my walls on the cliff. It was a bit annoying, but I had an army nearby to clean them up, so it wasn't that big of an issue for me. Look guys, I think the game is a lot of fun. If you enjoy castle defense games like Stronghold, or if you like city building games like Banished or Kingdoms and Castles, if you like simple little games to twiddle some time away on while watching TV or whatever, this game is right up your alley. Hell, I intend to go back to playing it very soon myself, as it's just kind of a really nice, relaxing and laid back kind of city builder game with a little bit of tension, just enough to keep you interested, but for the majority of the time still kind of laid back that you can just relax and play. But I mean, if you're looking for something that's more intense, a more finished product, something with story or a difficulty thing or a more creativity thing or a lot of micromanaging things, I mean, you're not going to find that here, and it'd probably be best for you to move on to something else. But overall, in conclusion, because I don't want to repeat myself and yammer on, I'm not upset about spending money on this. I'm not angry at the game. I'm only angry at myself for forgetting about this game and not taking a look at it sooner than I did. So, you know, take what you will from this video, everybody, and let me know what you think about the game down in the comments below. Thank you so much for everyone who watched, and if you enjoyed my video or at least found it informative, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit that little bell so you'll be notified when I put out new stuff. Thanks again, everyone. I'm super sorry I put this one out so late. I'm going to try to be better in the future and get these things out to you guys faster and smoother. Hell, you can even tell by listening to me talk that I'm barely on my script with this one. I'm in such a hurry to get this done for you guys. So super sorry for that one. I'll be better in the future, I promise. So again, thank you. I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. And until then, I bid you all farewell.